Hey guys, what's up? It's Baloo. This is vlog number 10, the final vlog, thank God. But no, in all serious though, it was an interesting ride. We had a lot of insightful debate topics as well as some insightful discussions in regards to those topics too. So it was interesting to be able to read these final articles and these final papers and kind of sum up in a sense what this vlog's about is the summation of all the knowledge and theoretical perspectives and approaches that we've collected throughout the semester, and kind of assessing the overall theme of student development. And so it was interesting to kind of be able to take those concepts and kind of sum it all into the overall perspective, and ways and that we can apply it in higher education. So these were interesting reads within the Evans text. I'll be I'll be very interested to see what everybody talks about and everybody discusses in regards to the initial prompts posted by Kirk, which I thought were particularly interesting. So thanks, Kirk. First and foremost, I want to address his first initial question in regards to which ecology model do we best feel is being utilized or needs to be utilized by student affairs professionals in higher ed at VSU. And I wanted to address that I don't believe, in reference to the Evans text, that the human ecology model is pertinent to the needs of at VSU. Although, however, it helps lay the foundation, as according to the text, for college students. I don't believe that it's particularly relevant in this case, as far as whether or not it's pertinent to be utilized at VSU. Although important and obvious and informative, I just don't feel personally that it reflects the needs of student professionals in higher education at VSU. However, I do feel that Bronfenbrenner's approach and Bronfenbrenner's theory, as in regards to the PPCT theory, is more relevant and should be utilized more in context by student professionals, by student affairs professionals, mainly because of the four concepts and components that comprise the theory, in regards to like process, and how it lays reference to Aston's theory of challenge and support, in regards to how it basically kind of brings about interaction with the environment and how those individuals interact with the environment, and in regards to the process and the people that kind of help shape the course of that environment, and by instigating what is referred to as developmentally instigative characteristics, which I thought were particularly interesting in regards to the four types of characteristics, the ones that basically help to inhibit responses from the environment, predominantly like responses from peers, faculty, and administrators, and the second characteristic, selective responsivity, in regards to how individuals explore and react to the surroundings to their surrounding environment, and the third type, structuring proclivities. Sorry. In regards to how those individuals engage in complex activities that are key to their development, and fourth, directive beliefs, basically how individuals experience agency in relation to environments or accomplishments and hard work, and how they perceive that in relation to their environment, and basically context in regards to the different various microsystems, mesosystems, and exosystems that are comprised in the and basically how a person remains the focus within those systems. And finally, time, the component of time, which is basically just the different versions of how time can progress and how the individual can basically adhere to different areas within the structure of time in those different systems. And so I kind of feel that specific ecological approach is more relevant to student affairs professionals in higher ed and should be utilized more in helping to assess where students are specifically in their development and how and what external factors also may aid or hinder in their development. And so I think it's relevant for student affairs professionals to be able to utilize and understand and help students to understand those factors and those factors and those things that are helping and hindering their development process in ways to kind of cope with them or conquer them in a sense to better succeed in the academic arena. Second question that Kirk brought up was in reference to the transition model and to providing an example of the transition model. Unfortunately, I don't feel like I can answer this question because I am probably one of a few who don't specifically work with students hands-on like the majority of the class would. So unfortunately, I don't feel like I can answer this question. So therefore, I can't really provide an example. I don't intend to continue with the program, so I don't really see how I would really have more of a hands-on relationship with students in that sense. But I look forward to hearing some of the responses from some of the examples like Kirk gave, as well as some of the other students, or as well as your responses within the discussion post. So unfortunately, I wish I could answer this question, but I don't feel like it's relevant to my situation, unfortunately. So I'm going to go ahead and skip to the third question. What overall theme have we learned from the course and put it to thinking? One overall theme is that I thought was particularly interesting was the development of self-identity. Now, obviously, it's in reference to the model that my group is presenting in reference to our student summaries. But overall, I just thought it was particularly interesting because many students will, are still trying to develop and understand who they are as a person, whether it be sexual orientation or understanding who they are coming into the academic world and just trying to understand the differences between college life and our campus culture and what it was like previously in high school and or community college before they attended VSU. So I think it's just different elements, different perspectives have come into play to help students assess who they are as an individual within their own development. And I think I particularly found it interesting and found a central theme of self-identity as particularly relevant in the scope of higher learning, as well as the aid of student professionals and helping students understand who they are and where they are in their development and ways to cope or transition into different stages of that development. So I think that it would be to me is an overall central theme that I've learned in the process of this course. So I look forward to hearing everyone else's responses, and it was a great semester and a great course, and I wish you all the very best in your academic careers. Thanks, guys.